Hi, fifth graders. Yesterday, during small group, I introduced a project that you'll be working on this week that allows you to really get creative with comprehension questions. And we're switching roles. And instead of you reading a text and answering some questions, now you chose a text to read and you're creating your own questions for this text. Yesterday, you chose that book on Epic to read. It was really cool to see the books that you chose on Seesaw. A picture book, about 30 pages or so, that could be read in 10 to 15 minutes. So thank you for everyone for posting those great ideas. And along with that summary of the book. Today, we are going to begin brainstorming comprehension questions that could go along with the book that you read yesterday. You will need to come up with at least 5 thoughtful questions today. And 4 of those 5 questions need to be multiple choice questions where you give a question and have 4 possible answer choices, A, B, C, and D. Your 5th question is a written response question where you will pose a question that relates directly to your story. And you'll also need to come up with an answer key for your multiple choice questions and your written response question. Then on Friday, tomorrow, you are going to be able to read another student's book on Epic and then answer their questions. Today, what you will be doing is there is an assignment on Seesaw for you that looks like this. And on the first page of this reflection, it says title of Epic book. So you'll put the title here. Make sure to capitalize the title since it's a proper noun. And also include a picture of the Epic book. And the best, or maybe possibly the easiest way to do this would be taking a screenshot of the book from Epic and then uploading that screenshot right here in this airspace. Then on each of the following pages, you will put 1 question. So this page says multiple choice question 1. And in this space right here, this is where I would use the type feature to type in my question. So let's pretend I'm reading a book, and let's say it's a nonfiction book. And maybe my question I want to share is, why was the main character sad at the beginning of the book? And let's say the main character's name is Jake. And I'll think of my correct answer. And let's pretend the correct answer is, excuse me. Let's pretend that the correct answer is that Jake is sad his dog is lost. Let's say that's the correct answer. Excuse me. And we're going to put a choice C. Then I'm going to come up with 3 additional answers that are incorrect, but are other answer choices. So I could say Jake lost his favorite toy as an option. Make it a little smaller. Another one. Jake is sad he can't see his friends as an option. And again, you can always change the size of the text so it fits nicer here too. And let's say for our last one, Jake is upset he can't go to his grandpa's house. And I would put that one for the final one. So again, I have my question here and my 4 choices. I'm not going to mark the correct choice right here because this is a page that one of your classmates will be viewing tomorrow and choosing the correct answer. I would repeat these steps for each of the comprehension questions. So question 2, multiple choice, I should say, 3 and 4. So you do the same thing I did here for your 4 multiple choice questions. The 5th question, oops, this is supposed to say, I see a little error here. All right, and then afterwards you have a written response, question 5. This is where you would type your question here that you would like a student to respond to in writing. And think of a question that's open-ended. You don't want the answer to be 1 or 2 words. You want it to be a question that students can answer by using details from the text. Think back to our whole group reading lesson yesterday. So maybe my question is, make connections between yourself and the main character, Jake. So I could say, what connections can you make to the main character in the story, Jake? Question mark. This allows students to answer the question in a few sentences to explain their connections. If you just said in this question, why is Jake happy at the end of the book? That answer might only be about 1 sentence long. And we're looking for some deeper understanding here. So try to make a question that's very broad. And a lot of students can use evidence from the text to support their answer. If you need help developing any of these questions, send me an email or a Schoology message and we can chat. On the final page is your answer key. So you will put the answer choice for each question here. So for your multiple choice questions, you'll look at each page. And for our example, question 1, the correct answer was C. Jake is sad his dog is lost. So I would put C for number 1 here. Question number 1, correct answer is, whoa, way too little, C. And I just drag it right there and continue for each of the 4 multiple choice questions. And then finally, for question 5, written response, please write a possible response at least 3 sentences in length. So this is where you'd look at your written response question. What connections can you make to the main character in the story, Jake? I would put my written response below here. I can make many connections to Jake. First, and then I would continue my response right here, making sure it's at least 3 sentences in length. So it's a possible response. If you have any questions on this, again, reach out to me. I am here to help. Some possible, when we're developing questions, when you're developing questions right now, think of questions that could relate to the main idea of the story. I'm gonna make this bigger for you guys. It could relate to the setting where the story takes place. Questions could relate to thoughts or feelings the characters are having. It could be events in the story. These are just some ideas. You are free to come up with whatever questions you would like. And once you have your reflection filled out here, I will be posting your work to probably a Padlet tomorrow, and you will be able to choose one of your classmates' pieces of work to read and answer the questions on. I'm very excited to see your work.